Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All thanks and praises to Allah, the Lord of all that exists, the most gracious, the most merciful, the owner of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those whom you bestowed your mercy, and not those who earned your anger and went astray. Amen. My dear brothers and sisters, welcome back to the Quranic program. We have been reviewing chapter 6, Surah the Cattle, or Al-Anaam, which is the chapter 6 in the Holy Book, Quran. As I remember, we end up translating and reviewing verse 59 of this chapter. To keep continuation of our discussion, I'll be reviewing the very last verse from last session. If you have your Qur'ans ready, please open to chapter 6, Surah Al-An'am, verse 59. وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِحُ الْغَيْبِ لَا يَعْلَمُهَا إِلَّا هُوَ. God Almighty is the only one who knows the unseen. He has the keys to the most unknown. Such a beautiful verse. He is the one, He is the only one who knows of the purpose of creation, the source of life, the end of life. The blueprint of this creation was designed by Him. We do our search and research to discover what is or was unknown to us. That doesn't mean it didn't exist. Our whole knowledge is nothing, but our understanding and realizing and discovering relationship between the phenomenons. We do not create anything. Yes, we do artifacts. We have the industry. We have the knowledge, and we, in a sense, do those creative things in life. But the word creation means to bring something out of nothing, and this is only the art of Allah, the Creator. We do things by means and by substances, but He does bring substances to exist as He did, including substance of a human being who's supposed to be the representative of God on earth. So He knows what we do not know. وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ. He knows what exists in the oceans and in the land, in the desert. The science of botanic and geography or oceanography, these are all very new knowledges and sciences which we have been able to touch at some level, to discover, as I said, with some means. But there are many things and many areas that we yet to know. This school of existence is something that never finishes the subject for those researchers. In fact, every gate that is being opened to us through our science, knowledge, and what we call hikmah, the real knowledge, in theory or fact, in philosophy or actual experimental sciences, only opens doors to fields very unknown, fields much bigger. There is no end to Allah's knowledge. There is no end to what we can study, we can cover and recover. He knows what is in the depth of the oceans, and He knows what is in the sky, as it says in another part of the Quran. وَمَا تَسْقُطْ مِنْ وَرَقَةٍ إِلَّا يَعْلَمُهَا. No leaf is falling from a tree that He knows not about it. That means He does know. The whole source of creation, as I said, the whole natural history, what we call in our scientific language, is something that we have studied and we learned. But He did design it, He created it. Therefore He knows the life, the nature, and all that goes on into every leaf. These are symbolic references for us to know, to pay attention. All these dry and dead trees during this cold season of winter, all of the sudden wake up as the breeze of spring is blowing, the rain is coming down, and the trees start having their green leaves, their beautiful flowers. These are all with His power. وَلَا حَبَّةً فِي ظُلُمَاتِ الْأَرْضِ. There is no seed in the dark prison of ground that He knows about it. He orders them to grow. Life is being hidden in that, what we really look at it as a dead material. But that little seed of beautiful flower, of the fruit, which was hidden in the earth, will start growing, will break the shell. And here you see that huge palm tree coming out from that little seed. And it will fruit in many, many more of its own. Dates, tasty, food, beautiful, and all the glory that you see from that very little seed is growing in the sky. وَلَا رَتْبٍ وَلَا يَابِسٍ إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ. Again, in a general term, Quran is referring to, again, two categories, رَتْبٍ وَلَا يَابِسٍ. Nothing fresh nor old, wet or dry, that He has not mentioned of them in the book. Not only the book that we have in front of us, the Quran, but the book of nature, this beautiful design of skies, heavens, all these planets, everyone in their own orbit. As we realize and as we learn and learn more about the life, the nature, and substances of these planets, which we have only touched upon the very closest yet, and years and million years ahead of us to come for the fellow human being to be able to discover more and more about this beautiful, these wonderful stars, which we really don't know why they are and who they are and what are they created for. But this harmony, beauty, and motion is going on and on to maintain life for us on the earth and for others in the other planet. As the Quran says, يُسَبِّحُ لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. All these beautiful creatures are worshipping, are swimming in this huge ocean of existence. Every little one, every bigger one, from a little ant, from that little seed, to the huge planets, each and every one have their own orbits, their own position, their own speed. They are in harmony, in motion, they are not in friction. They all have their own direction. They all have their own very initial design by the great designer. Open your eyes, as Quran says. Look around, look in yourself, and you will admit, you will feel, and you realize that there must be a creator who has this harmony together. وَهُوَ الَّذِي يَتَوَفَّاكُمْ بِاللَّيْلِ. One after the other, these verses come in order to make us to think. Now is introducing another picture or giving another power or attribute of God. هُوَ الَّذِي يَتَوَفَّاكُمْ بِاللَّيْلِ. He is the one who puts you into death at night. It's beautiful. We all think, actually we all experience every night. At the end of the day, our eyes, we close our eyes, go to bed, totally disconnected from this world, in a form of death, as we have no action or relationship with our environment, though we have a vegetative life still going on in our physical body. But in a sense, we don't know where we are until we wake up again by the dawn, which by itself is a great miracle that is happening to us, going to bed as we die and waking in the dawn during the morning hours as we wake up, as if we are finding a new life, new day, a new world. وَيَعْلَمُ مَا جَرَحْتُمْ بِالنَّهَارِ. He knows what you're doing during the day. What a beautiful word, Arabic word, جَرَحْتُمْ. Jarrah means the surgeon. جَرَحْتُمْ فِي النَّهَارِ means you are searching and discovering and putting together, healing. Is this not what a surgeon does? Whatever you do during the day, all these gains and struggles and the real life which you live during the day is all known to your Creator, Allah. ثُمَّ يَبْعَثُكُمْ فِيهِ لَيُغْزِيَ أَجَلٌ مُسَمَّى. Now just look, weren't you alive during the day and didn't you die at night? Did you not come back again the next day? Therefore realize that God will take you away. That's the end of your life. The day which is not known to you and is only known to Him. The hour that when it comes, there will be, as Quran says, لا يستقدمون ولا يستأخرون. Not an hour early, not an hour late, just on time. Then He can resurrect you again on the day of resurrection, on the day of hereafter. How is it going to be? Nobody knows. What is going to happen? Nobody knows. But there are some signs given in this book that there will be no earth as we are walking on it today. The mountains, the oceans, they're all going to be disshaped as the planets are out of the orbits. The world is over. We are going to be questioned. How? In what scenario? We don't know. But these are the facts that clearly being said. And the most disbelievers and unbelievers are the ones that they do not understand this, or they do not want to believe. That world doesn't finish or doesn't end with our physical disappearance or perishment in this world. ثُمَّ إِلَيْهِ مَرْجِعُكُمْ. We all return to Him. We all came from Him. We all return to Him. Not only human beings, but everything found its roots in His order and His command. And everything is going back to Him. إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Verily we are from our Lord, our Creator, merciful God. And we all going to return to Him. See, if we have such a belief, if we really realize this is where we are going to go, the end of destination is to see that beloved Creator who, out of mercy, out of love, created us and sent us all these guidances and messengers to lead us to the right path, to call us to the right path. So, we are going to meet somebody important. Again, that body is not imaginable. Almighty Lord, Almighty Allah is nothing that we can visualize, we can picture, we can compare with human being. So we do our best. We try to remain clean in thought, in physics, in behavior, in our relationship, in our brotherhood, in our neighborhood. Is this not what the whole meaning of faith, religion, morality? Is this not what is found based on your belief? And if there is not such a belief, then what value system do you think we should follow? Who is right? Who is wrong? Who is good? Who is bad? So this is how we find. All these definitions only find the meaning if we do concentrate and if we look ahead and we have a destination which is one for everyone, which is one for all of us. إِلَيْهِ مَرْجُعُكُمْ جَمِيعًا, in another part of the Quran says, you all are going to turn to the same point. And again, you doesn't mean you human beings, everything. ثُمَّ إِلَيْهِ مَرْجُعُكُمْ ثُمَّ يُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. There you will be notified of your deed, what you did. Many of our judgments in this world are so superficial, by looking at someone at only one section of his action, of his life, making judgment of good or bad, making decision or judging people, just based on one experience or few. What a judgment, what a conclusion. What action and reaction are we going to have if we are so simple-minded or make such a great decision based on such a very superficial judgment? There are many things we do, there are many people we see that in our initial judgment we may have said or thought of something that we found later we were totally wrong. The opposite is true as well. Many times we judge things in a good manner, but then we'll find out that wasn't the fact. We do not know the unseen, we do not know the intention, we do not know the outcome. Another verse in the Holy Quran says Allah is the only one that is never sorry for what He did, because the beginning and end is well known to Him. هُوَ الْأَوَّلُ وَالْآخِرُ وَالظَّاهِرُ وَالْبَاطِنُ. He's the first and the last. He's the seen and unseen. He is the one who knows everything. وَهُوَ الْقَاهِرُ فَوْقَ عِبَادِهِ. His power is beyond all His creatures. وَيُرْسِلُ عَلَيْكُمْ حَفَظَةً حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءَ أَحَدَكُمُ الْمَوْتُ. He has guardians upon you. He's watching you. Now, in a simple terminology, we may realize there are angels looking at our behavior, recording our deeds. These are all symbolic terms in a symbolic language of the book. That means whatever you do is being recorded. These are the function of your eyes, your ears, your hands, your heart. They must be recorded to show the action. The initiator who initiated the thought, made you think and help you act. Is this hard for him to record? Gave you the beautiful picture before that he's the one who knows how that little seed is breaking the shell under the ground and growing to that very large and tall tree. He knows everything in us. His power is beyond our imagination. Actually, our main power and our wisdom is only a drop, an epsilon, a very minute amount of what He has shared with us in the body of mankind, in the mind of mankind, is His will. حتى إذا جاء أحدكم الموت, till then when the day of your departure will come. توفته رسلنا وهم لا يفرطون. The angel of death will take away the life, and no one is going to be escaped. ثم ردوا إلى الله مولاهم الحق. Then you will all return to your master, the real master, not the ones who we elected in this world to serve them. Human beings that they only had some power above us, people who we serve them as servant, not God, which or whom we were to obey out of mercy and love. These worldly maulas, these worldly masters, they only want us till the time that we can serve them, we can be of service to them. We bow to them, we ignore our dignity and beauties and all humanities to shed our life and our blood at their feet. But Mawlaya Haq, or the real master, is He who is calling us again back to Him. Ala lahul hukm wa huwa asra'ul hasibin. Verily, He is the best judge. He is the final judge. He is the one who does look at our account, and He does that in a speedy way. قل من ينجيكم من ظلمات من البر والبحر تدعونه تضرعا وخفية لئن أنجيناه من هذه لنكونن من الشاكرين. O Prophet, tell these people, who is going to help you when you are on the ocean, when you are traveling in a ship, in a boat, and the disaster will come, the flood, the waves are becoming higher, and you are about to be drowned? Who do you call? Who do you ask for help? Do you not call Him out of sincerity, full attention, and say, "Oh God, if you save me from disaster, if you save me from being drowned, if you get me to the bank, I'll be obedient. I'll be following what you say. I'll be most obedient, O Allah." But the Quran says again, as you are saved, as He accepts your prayer and reaches you to the shore, you ignore what you said. You forgot what you said. You even forgot your own prayer. Whom you called upon and what did you ask? قُلِ اللَّهِ يُنْجِيكُم مِّنْهَا. See, Allah is giving the answer clearly. Allah is the one who will save you. Who is the owner of the ocean? Who is the owner of the boat? Who is the owner of the wind? Who has this scenario? Who is the real owner of the world? Is it you? No, He is the one who will save you. من كل كرب, from every disaster. ثم أنتم تشركون. But then again, you try to not only deny, you bring other people into picture. You say, "Oh, the good sailor was the one who saved me. The strength of my ship that could resist and tolerate these very big waves, that's why I'm now at the shore." All this was there over there, but you may not have the chance. You may not have had the chance to reach the shore. Now that you are there, don't be from disbelievers. I see again our time is coming to an end. I'm just beginning to warm up with these beautiful verses of Quran. I invite you all again to come to the class next week. Same time, inshallah, God's willing. And we'll continue on. We can spend hours and hours on every sentence and every verse of this book. The book that covers all the books, the book that is not only for Muslims or Arabs, for all humankind, for all human and non-human, to dead and live, to everything that exists. This book is the guidance. It can be the opposite if we do not take advantage of its guidance. Let's pray to Almighty Lord that make us understand His word, bring us together as united family, as the only family, as human beings, as brothers and sisters, followers of different faiths, but believers in one God. Oh God, help us to only obey You and to bow to You, worship You, love You, and have love for others. Thank you, and hope to see you next week at the same time.